Hello, today is day 2, and once again it's 1 a.m. I really need to fix my sleep schedule, honestly. But for today's reflection, it's on how society as a whole and those around us make us complacent. So, as you know, yesterday I decided to quit my job and pursue what I want to do, despite everything that society says that we should do. As you know, you go to school to go to secondary school to go to university to get a job. But once I was in that job, I realised I don't want to spend 45 years now in front of a bright screen fixing Excel figures, you know? And yeah, and of course, you can imagine I am firstborn from immigrant parents here in Ireland, and they didn't react the best, as you know. Of course, being the eldest daughter as well, all the expectations are placed on you to basically make them proud, be their pride, the person they can show off. And me basically being like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna do something online. I'm not gonna use my degree. Like technically I still will. Like it's not useless, completely useless. I'll still be applying skills I learned from it. But it's just, I just find it really, yeah. Anyways, I need to get more structured with these videos as well. But anyway, like I was saying, it's better to start on being perfect than wait for perfection, because consistency is what matters here in the long run. And yeah, so of course you can imagine with their mindset, they were saying things like, first of all, that belief that if you don't work hard, you don't earn money type of belief. And of course, like, I'm not putting down hard work or anything like that. You can make a lot of money with hard work, but it's not necessarily needed. It's more about working effectively. Like if you work really, really hard at one job, there could be someone else working way less on another job and making more. So it doesn't really apply. So that's the first thing, like a mindset shift that I've kind of applied to me, because of course seeing this growing up, like it gets ingrained in you. And then you believe, okay, if I'm not working 10 plus hours today, I'm not being effective. And I used to be like that. I used to be like, if I'm not like doing like as much as I can, I'm not being productive. And that would burn me out a lot, because even on my free days, I would constantly be thinking and also like belittling myself. It's like, I'm so lazy for like not, like, I don't know, being at work right now, or like doing this right now, like, or studying right now. But that's not true. That's not true. And it really, yeah. Anyways, next point is they, of course, for them, they have the mindset of the traditional way. You go to school, university, get a job, and then you probably stay at the job for a good few years. You might move in between. You might stay there for life, but yeah, for me, I don't agree with that. Like, imagine, again, I do know there are professions such as teachers where you're like meant to stay if you find a permanent position in school, and there's nothing wrong with that again. But for me, I don't want to be stuck in one place, especially in the corporate world. As you know, a lot of like, I don't know, just a lot of like infidelities happen, and everyone's competitive, and it's toxic, and everyone's talking about each other. And like no one really wants to be there. Like of course maybe there might be someone who actually does, but the vast majority are like people who don't want to be there. And it's just like I don't want to be surrounded by that energy. And yeah. And again with the whole like being complacent. Today they were telling me, my parents, it's like, oh, you're meant to be unhappy at work. No one likes their work. It's normal not to like your work. And I don't agree with that. Why should we spend basically all our life somewhere where we don't want to be? Because again, if you think about it, most people might wake up 2 hours before work, commute there, get home maybe 7 p.m. Usually it's gonna 1 hour commute home or less. So it's like you're spending your majority of your day just like hating it or not wanting there to be there. And of course I understand there's situations where people are kind of almost stuck there right now because it's like they don't have, like luckily for me I have a place to live and I don't have any people to take care of at the moment. Just my two little dogs, but it's not like extremely expensive or something, or I'm trying to meet ends meet and I have a lot of bills coming in. So I do understand in those situations it's like you kind of have to tough it through. But if you don't have, you have the option or other options to pursue other opportunities, it's best that you do. It's best that you, I don't know, regret, like how do I phrase it? It's best that you take the opportunity and then regret it after than regret not taking the opportunity. Because there's so many people you'll meet, like even for me, that I've met and they're like, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I did that, but I couldn't because of this. And it's just quite sad to see all these people, they did have aspirations and just got complacent with their workplace. Eventually they got enough money to be able to pursue that, but they were like, oh, it's okay. I already have stable income. And again, like I understand how difficult it must be, like having this thing that you're complacent with. It's not that bad, not that good, but it's just there, and at least it's recurring and it's constant. So of course you're gonna be complacent with it. Or you could take the opportunity and do what you want to do. But again, that's when you take an opportunity like that, it's not just like, oh, if it's risky or not. Like it might work, it might not. It's about the belief you have in yourself. When you take risky opportunities, it's basically saying, I fully trust myself. I fully trust that I will go through with it. And that's scary too. Because as humans, well, for me personally, I know it's like quite hard to trust in people, especially when you see these environments where it's like, it's like, oh, they're quite nice with you and nice with everyone else, but then you hear them gossiping and stuff. So it's like just been quite hard to trust. And then, also trusting yourself can be quite hard because for me, for example, I have, I guess, had some problems with food, and it's quite hard when you set a rule, or like you shouldn't be setting rules first of all, but when you set a goal and then you don't do it and it's like, oh, I'm not consistent enough, but then it's like the way you set the goal wasn't correct in the first place, so then you lose confidence in yourself. So I believe it's best to build this trust in yourself, build this confidence in yourself, to just be consistent and show up. Like it can be as little as like a minute of your day dedicated to whatever goal you had. So for example, if you wanted to go to the gym every day, instead of going to the gym every day, it's like, I'm going to take care of my body and work it out every day. So that way, at least it's not like consistently going to the gym. You can like, I don't know, do a few stretches one day if you feel really, really tired, or go for a walk, 10-minute walk, or like something, but not force yourself like every single day. And then when you don't do it, you get really disappointed in yourself, and that slowly wears you down. I feel like that's something that I was doing a lot. And this year I'm fixing it. Like, again, I have in my room, I have my workout mat on my floor. Have I used it? Not as often as I should have. And then usually I lay out some clothing right beside my bed, so I can just have the goal of putting on my gym clothes. And that's it. And I feel like that's the best way to build consistency, is just make the task as minimal and as small as possible. They have to put in like almost no effort to get it done. And I know I went on a bit of a rant there again. It wasn't very structured, but if there is one clear takeaway, it is to take the opportunities that are in front of you if you truly desire them. And of course, I'm not saying like if you're like have bills to pay and whatnot, just quit your job. Of course, have savings. It's very important. Like for me, I didn't just quit because like without any other job. Like, well, technically, I don't have any other job lined up. I do have a project I'm working on, and like of course, like if you're gonna quit, like have a plan in place, have savings, like enough to support yourself at least for 6 months. Because worst case scenario, if you're working on something, you can still apply for jobs and hopefully you can find a job in 6 months, like in this job market. But yeah, like of course, have your savings, have someone to support you, someone to keep you accountable, and I wish you all the best. And again, with this whole complacency, don't let society dictate how you should live your life. You should dictate how you live your life. You should write your own narrative for your story. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you stay along with me for day 3 and on the road to financial freedom. Yeah. Bye bye.